Acctgforstitches.
How are you? Long time no see.
So we had kind of a snafu with getting the video uploaded from last week.
Right, but it's President's Day weekend here in the States. That means you get to during your long weekend. Anyway, we're the Pattern Queens. I'm Keisha. That's Lara. And this is episode 19. Today is Saturday, February the 15th.
And surprise, surprise, Keisha's here.
I'm here. I told you in the last video that I wasn't going to be here, but we kind of changed our plans, and we're going up for my niece's birthday party tomorrow. So, because that's when her party is. We're gonna.
So, aren't we lucky we get her this week?
I don't know if lucky's the word, but here I am, and I didn't tell you about the adventures I had on my way to your house today.
Oh no!
So, a couple of remarkable things happened. One, so the road that I come down is kind of a major road to get to Lara's house, and so there are 2 lanes of traffic, like, driving the same way. I was behind 2 green cars side by side. How often do you see green cars? So I was like, that's pretty interesting. And
green is Keisha's favorite.
It's my favorite color. And so I'm like, I don't know that I so rarely see a green car that seeing 2 of them driving next to each other was a little remarkable. Then I get further down the street and I see a woman holding a sign, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and a dinosaur in a costume. And I'm like, what is happening at this corner up here? And it's Girl Scout cookie season. They're trying to get people to pull over and buy cookies.
That's funny.
So anyway, those are my adventures on the way to your house today.
So yesterday was Valentine's Day, and my adventures... I took off to go to work. There was no school yesterday, but we had professional development. And I took off to go to work, and there was nobody coming, so I thought the man in front of me was turning. And I glanced just to make sure that I could also go, and he had stopped. And so I hit him. And I started my day with an accident, and I hit him in Katie's car. So I crunched up the front end pretty big. We have to figure out what's going on. It's maybe not as bad as we thought, so we'll see.
But you're doing okay.
Yeah.
So that's the important.
I'm not achy or anything else.
That's good.
We were going around a curve at a stoplight where you can split off and go around and keep going, make your right turn. And so I was not going very fast at all. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Thank you. Thank you. So that was my yucky start. But it was okay. We had a nice evening last night, and Jeff made me brownies. So,
we ordered hot wings in and watched a movie. That's as romantic as we got. But usually our wedding anniversary is on the 18th, so we usually kind of combine the romance into one big thing. So I think we're doing something next weekend. So.
Well, that'll be fun. Yeah. We had steaks, and they bought themselves cookies. I'm gluten-free, so I had gluten-free brownies, which were awesome.
Awesome.
But, yeah. And we ordered in some sides because we had a credit on DoorDash. So we got some shrimp and stuff to go with it.
Fun. Hot wings are one of my favorite things. So the baby is craving spicy things. I guess it's making me crave spicy things. So perfect.
Okay. You get to do the Love You More this week.
I have some Love You More business. In that I bought a sleeve before it was released. And so if my niece is watching, don't look at this, Lucy, until after your birthday party, because it's for Lucy. So this is a sleeve. When is it coming out?
This next Friday.
Week. So be on the lookout for this one. It's called Kitty Corn, which is what my niece calls the little unicorn cats. And she loves cats. She loves unicorn cats. It's just bright and fun. And then here's a look at the inside. So that's fun. We're getting her a book for her birthday also. So we're like, we'll just put the book in this. So
I was giving them a preview on Thursday, and Vicky I knew would want the cats. And then Keisha goes, I would like a cat too.
Because Lucy's going to love this. So that's a birthday present for the niece. I'm very excited.
And I would show you sleeves from this week. We still have some in stock, but we sold out of quite a few.
Oh, really?
So go check it out. Go see what we've got. I think, yeah, by the time this goes up, our story will be down. So
Right.
I might as well not even tell you. If you like to see what we have coming out, we do stories every Friday night. We try to release them about 5:30.
Yeah. And it's
So,
Laura and Katie, and
on
they're always
Instagram.
fun.
Yeah. So we did have the best unboxing this week. And, we love to see people get their sleeves and be excited about them. But this one man got one of our Marilyn Monroe sleeves that we called Bombshell. And he was so excited. And it was just the best thing. It was the first thing Katie and I watched in the morning. And we were just giggly. So it was fun.
It's great. It's always nice to know that people appreciate what you make.
Yes.
So.
I wanted to say that I looked in my mail recently and I found an email from Mary Passmore that got lost with all of the new subscriber stuff.
Right.
So Mary, I am very sorry. But you mentioned that you were going to try stitching in hand, and I want to know how it's going. Were you able to stitch in hand? Did it help with the arthritis? Did it make it easier? So let me know. I'm curious.
Definitely.
And I think she was talking about my Stitch With Me video because I had that, all held there together. These clips, if you are still trying this, these clips are fabulous because when I work on this, I take it and roll it from one end and roll it all the way in to where I'm working. And then I just grab my clip and I put it right through there and it'll just hold that.
Oh,
now it holds it kind of loosely. So so it's rolled up this far. It holds it loosely enough that I can get pretty far over with it before I have to move it. And then even when I move it, I can just unclip and roll, one or two times and I'm ready to clip it again. So some sort of clip, it's a nice thing to do that. I think some people are using the peels.
Yeah.
And they're putting them over the side, which would also work. It's just something to kind of help you so that you don't have to. I have arthritis too. I mean, look at that finger. It's something so that you don't have to grip it so tightly like you do a hoop or a Q-snap.
Right, because I don't have that problem, and even if I've been stitching marathon stitching, after a while, if you have a huge project, it'll start to hurt your hand. Which is why I usually use hoops because they're a little bit lighter than the Q-snaps.
Yeah.
I found.
The other one that I wanted to talk about is that there are a group of stitchers restarting and doing the Baby It's Cold Outside stitch along. And this is what it looks like on Instagram. And they're doing this in memory of Leanne from Lost in Floss, who recently died. And Julie at Gulf Coast Stitches was selling the patterns. Beth at Heartstring Samplery donated charts to her so that they were able to sell them for just at cost. And she's sold out of the charts. They can't get anywhere right now. So you would have to check back with her and see if she gets any more in. But anyway, I know that I have mine started somewhere. And so I am going to go dig it out and I will work on that as part of my plans also.
Wow, what a cool thing for the community to do.
And just, kind of a cool remembrance. I was flipping through real quick while I was trying to find the hashtag for you on Instagram. And I just saw all these nice little mentions and it was really sweet.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely. So start that if you have
it. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a couple of previous finishes because Keisha and I, neither one of us finished anything this week. So several years ago at the Old Mill Stitchery in Liberty, we had a class, and one of the things that we had was this kind of little rustic pillow. And really, you just did a little bit of embroidery work, And then they gave us this cute flannel plaid to go to make the pillow. And I love those little buttons.
Yeah, those buttons
But
are cute.
okay, so it was done in 99. That's the year Brendan was born.
Mm-hmm.
He's 20. So
I wasn't stitching yet in 99.
Oh my gosh. But I put this thing together. It was done. It was stitched. It just hadn't been put together. So I did that and I stuffed the thing so full that it pulled out all of my little straight stitches that hold this on the flannel. And so after it was already put together, I had to put that back on. So you can see my little yellow stitches all the way around are very, very primitive. That's what we're going to call it,
perfect.
Primitive. Which kind of fits the rest of
right.
it. Did you hear Katie? Yeah. So when Katie was younger, she couldn't remember primitive, so she called it barbaric. And then this is a piece, I did not date this one. This is a piece that I made for Jeff. And I can't remember, our anniversary's in April. I don't remember if I did this for our anniversary or for Valentine's Day. But it was the year that Marilyn came out with Diva fabric. And I think this is just backwards. It's a Lizzie Kate pattern. I think she did bright pink floss on a creamy background. Mm-hmm. And of course, I saw the Diva and thought, oh, I have to do that. And, who doesn't love to give their husband a Diva, Valentine's Day. So
right.
It was just fun. So. And then we just popped it in that little frame. It's just a picture frame.
That frame is perfect.
It was from Hobby Lobby, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, so next up, we're to our whips.
We're to our whips. So anyway, I only have gotten the chance to work on 2 things so far this week. First, I worked on Hawkrun Hollow, Christmas at Hawkrun Hollow, and I'm working on this block, as you might remember, because it's February. And we work on these on Thursdays. And I did not get a whole lot done. If you watch our video from last week, you'll notice that I didn't get a whole lot done on it.
But did you have to unstitch?
I did. I had to frog some. So I finished this motif over here and got a start on something over here.
That is such a pretty flower.
Yeah, I really like it. But basically what happened is I stitch a weird way. I try to conserve as much floss as possible, and this is where it goes wrong because I miscounted this part, and then I got over to stitching this part, and I was like, oh, I'm wrong here. And I would have had to move, I would have had to take rows out of the building or something like that to get it to actually, look right. So I was like, oh, I'll just frog 20 stitches. It'll be faster than trying to figure out how to fix the pattern.
Okay, I was thinking about your Hawkrun Hollow. Mm-hmm. Things come to me at odd times. If you would put your borders in, you don't have to stitch them in that order because yours is not.
Oh, that's true. I could just stitch whatever I felt like.
You could. So if you wanted to get a start on something specific, then, you could move wherever you wanted.
Right. But
now, I need to stitch in order.
But probably just because you have to stitch in order, I'll stitch them in order too. I kind of told myself that's how I'm stitching it anyway. So, and then last week I spun the wheel, and I had to work on Moonlit Treaters from Mill Hill. So this is that pattern. It's super cute.
It's really cute.
I think whenever we were talking last week, I was like, oh yeah, I'm pretty close on this one. I'm going to get to beads. I was nowhere near close on this one. I don't know what I was thinking, guys. This is pretty, it's a full coverage thing. And this is where I started. There's no way that I would have gotten that done. But anyway, I made some pretty significant progress on it. I think anyway. So there's where I am as of today. So I filled in this whole ghost here and basically the bottom part of it. So I got quite a bit done.
So cute.
So that's pretty much what I worked on this week. So.
Okay. I have 3 things. So, just for fun, I spun and I came up with the one that I was already working on. Mm-hmm. So it's Use What Talents You Possess by All Through the Night. And, of course, I'm not doing I'm not doing it the way she called for. Oh, I guess I need to get my needle through to the back so that I don't have this floss dragged all over.
You never know
But
what you're gonna get with us.
yeah,
We're stitching these, so they're in progress. You know.
I did a lot on this because I got all the words done and I started the border and I am all the way across the bottom on it. So, it just it was just one of those things that's what I wanted to do.
What color are those words? That's really pretty.
I think that it is okay, let's see which bag it is. This one. It is espresso bean, which
Oh,
isn't that one that you were needing?
I don't think so. I don't know that I've ever used that one, but
But it
it's really pretty.
yeah, it showed up really, really well. I liked it quite a bit. So that's one that I worked on. And then Thursday, of course, I worked on my Hawk Run Hollow.
Yes. And Laura got a lot more progress than I did.
And this is mine, a year at Hawk Run Hollow. I am working on that February block. I did go buy a few red flosses to play with. Um, I did also discover that I made an error on this February block. I'm never
There
up
we
high
go.
enough, am I?
Oh, good.
So the blue that's going across there, I actually have it one stitch too high. I added an extra row, which I really think I'm going to like the extra row because it put a border at the bottom
Mhm.
and at the top. But, and thank goodness Keisha was there and talked me off the ledge.
'Cause that would
And,
have been a lot to frog.
yeah, and I was not going to frog it, but she came up with a solution for me, so I'll do that. But with the reds, we also talked, the ladies talked with me on Thursday night, and I think I'm going to pull out this heart and
Mhm.
restitch it in the red or the reds since it's in two colors
Right.
and see how they look. And, that would be a very tiny thing
Mhm.
to put in and see how I like the colors. And then I'll know how it plays against
Right.
those oranges too,
Yeah.
which are kind of brickish and should be okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
And then my last one, I just oh gosh, it called to me. And Valentine week, I might as well do it. So I keep covering you.
Oh,
I
that's
do
okay.
that all the
Like I
time.
said, Laura, I tell you every week, they're not here to see me.
So the language of love by Drawn Thread, really, really, I'm gonna get close.
Mhm.
Really pretty chart. I love this. And I'll show you where I am. I can put something over that. So this way. This is where I am. I have almost finished that green border
Wow.
all the way around. And if I would have had any more in me yesterday, I would have finished it because it is close. Now, see this big leaf right here? Ooh, maybe I can put it this way.
Oh, your tale of strange woe. I went to
Yeah.
Panera and on Thursday, and Laura said, "Would you like to hear my tale of strange cross stitch woes?" And I was like, "Yes."
So I'm going to show you a little bit of this pattern with it. See this big leaf right here?
Mhm.
Here it is in the pattern right here, and look right below it at that big swirl. I don't have a big swirl. And I thought, what in the heck have I done? And I was working on this
You told me it was like 6:30 or something in the
early. Well,
morning. Yeah.
I was up like at 5 o'clock because I had been up at 3 o'clock
Mhm.
and waiting for them to cancel school on Thursday, which they
Right.
did at 5 o'clock. And I got up, and of course, by then I told Katie, turn your alarm off. And by then I was awake. And so I sat and I stitched in perfect silence. And it is lovely
Mhm.
to do that. So, but I was panicking because it's there. And finally I thought, well, that little block is in gray and Cynthia's got her initials in there. And then I'm like, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is why. And it's because, I'm not going to show you the alphabet she gave us, but it's because she has charted that area 12 times to do various combinations of letters. So if you have, two lowercase letters, and if they are lowercase letters that go down further, then you get that. Well, I'm going to use my first and middle initials, so I will be like this because I will be LB. And that's why mine looks like that. So, yes, I had massive panic.
The cross stitch panics that happen early in the morning, I tell you.
And I may keep this out through the weekend and see if I can get the rest of that border in, because then it's all this fun stuff up here in the border and all of the lettering, which I realized is all over one.
Oh
joy, oh joy. But this linen, this linen is lovely. It's Caroline from Picture This Plus. It's an orphan that I've had for a long time, and I can tell it's some of the older linen before Zweigert changed their formula.
It's very pretty.
Thank you. I like it. Pretty cool.
Right.
So those were my whips this week.
Awesome.
And then I guess we're not there. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm like brain dead for you.
That's all right. We're on Saturday. It's a day early. We haven't had as much time to collect our thoughts.
And one last day of stitching makes a big difference for me.
Right.
Frogwarts, I want to remind you that Frogwarts is coming up in July. The 11th through the 14th. We have some spots left at the retreat, and we would love to have you come join us. You do not have to be a Harry Potter fan to come. It just means that there will be some Harry Potter themed things. But first and foremost, you're getting stitching things.
Right. So if you just want to sit at the Muggle table, the non-Harry Potter fan table, do it. Sit. And then that means more stitching time, because you're not going to be paying attention during all of the Harry Potter fun. And that's a bonus.
All the craziness, And we're going to have our own shopping area with a lot of really cool things. I kind of was listening to our video when I was editing it, and I think I made it sound like Color and Cotton were going to be at the retreat. And they're not going to be at the retreat. They're going to send some things for us to have at the retreat to sell.
Right.
So I don't want to mislead anyone.
And if you've never worked with Color and Cotton before, their fabric is amazing, and so are the flosses.
I'm excited.
And it's one of those things, I mean, they're not really in a whole bunch of shops or anything. So I always like to see things in person. Yes,
and I think it will be fun. And she has agreed to dye some exclusive things for us.
That's so exciting.
It's so cool. Okay, you want to talk plans?
All right, we'll talk plans. Okay. So I told you in the last video, whenever I didn't think I was going to be here, that I would spin the wheel and show Laura so that I couldn't cheat on my my plan. If you're new here, what I'm doing is I'm spinning the wheel. I have all of my whips on it, except for the ones that I've worked on the past couple of weeks. I moved those to a different wheel. And I work on them Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday is Hawk Run Holiday, so I don't work on it then. Then I work on it Friday, and then Saturday is whatever I want to stitch. So I spin the wheel, and that's what it tells me. I spun it in front of Laura on Thursday, and
she got what she really liked.
I got a whip that I was really excited about. But then I'm here, and I told you guys that I would spin it in front of you. So it's okay. If I spin that one again, then it was meant to be. If I don't spin it, then it's something that I get to work on later on, and that'll be fun.
That will be fun.
In all fairness, I spin in front of you again. So, here we go. Let's see where it goes. Oh! Okay, so the one that I spun first was Singing in the Rain, which is a Madame Chantilly, and I'm very excited to get back to it. I spun Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is maybe my least favorite one to work on of all of the ones I'm working on.
That was an evil laugh, right? Because I knew.
It's one that I'm doing for my brother as a present. A present that he might never get, if we're honest, because it's huge. But you know what? I really need to work on that one. I need to get some progress on it.
There you go.
I have an extra day this week, except for I'll be at my in-laws and then driving back, and Black Ada does not do well in the car. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I will work on it. I promise. Guys, again, yell at me if I don't work on it. Yell at me in the comments next week if you don't see it. Be like, Keisha, thumbs down for you. Thumbs up for Laura. Thumbs down for you.
Better yet, cheer her on all week. Every day, just post a message to Keisha that says, you can do it.
Right.
How many stitches? How many stitches do you think you would average on it?
Oh.
In it? Because you only get, we were kind of
a couple
figuring...
hours a day. I mean, I could maybe... It's 3 strands on Black Ada, so I don't stitch as fast on it, just because it's kind of a struggle. So I'd say, I'd get at least 100 stitches a day on it.
Okay.
At least. So it'll be good progress. If
Yeah.
I work on it for 5 days, that's 500 stitches that I don't have to put in later.
Awesome.
And we got a comment that, hey, Keisha, why don't you just work on it a little bit a day? Like, set yourself a limit for ones that you don't like. But I'm going to complain and pout for the first hour, so that probably won't work. So I just need to buckle down, and I need to do it.
There you go.
So
maybe if you hit your 100 stitches, you could reward yourself.
But I'm really going to enjoy this freebie day before I have to start working on it tomorrow.
There you go. Okay, so just for laughs. Now, I did not take my other one off of here. So we'll just see what happens. But look at my crazy wheel. It is so full. And I'm going to hit that. Oh,
it went away.
It did.
What happened?
That was weird. See, it doesn't want me to work on it. Oh, no, we don't want to reset. That's funny.
What has happened?
Only I could make it do this.
Panda.
There we go. Okay. It's just a panda. We don't get it anymore. Okay, here we go.
Watch it be like your favorite thing in the whole world.
Strawberry Town.
You do love Strawberry Town.
I love that. So maybe I'll pull that out for like my extra. And I was doing our days of the week, and I think I've kind of fallen off of that. I just, I just did. I just fell off of that.
That's okay.
So
you don't have to do it every time.
But also this next week we will have New Start on the 20th. Mm-hmm. Yes, that'll be on. Oh, but that's on Thursday.
What day is the 20th?
It's on Thursday.
Oh.
So I will start this, but I probably won't do a whole lot.
Right.
Our friend Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Recently showed that she started her Funky Bird.
I love that.
So I am going to kit mine up, and I am going to stitch it because darn it, it's cute. And I don't know if I'll keep these colors. I may just choose some fun, funky piece of fabric and then pull floss and just change it up to go with the fabric. Yeah. So, maybe I have a pretty piece of aqua fabric that it would go on and be really pretty. Just like it is. I don't know. We'll see. And other than that, I need to stitch. I sewed this morning, so I am going to have some time to actually sit down and stitch. And I could come home and stitch and finish all that off and not have to sew for 2 days.
Oh, great.
Well, no, I have to do models. But anyway, I could be close.
Yeah. And then you get Monday off.
Yes.
President's Day.
Yes. So I would have a lot of stitching time, which is always fabulous.
Yes.
So I think that takes us to the end.
I think so. We just didn't have a whole lot to talk about.
We do have our group on Facebook. Let's talk about that real quick. We host What You Stitchin'. And we were talking this morning about a challenge that we are maybe going to do with the group. No, we are going to do it with the group. We just have to figure out what it will look like. So since this year is leap year, leap year is on Saturday.
Yes.
So on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the 28th, 29th, and March 1st, we are going to do some sort of stitching challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And it may be teams, and it may be how many stitches can the whole group get. Who knows?
But we're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I'm not going to have to work on that Blue Eyes White Dragon during that because it'll get done this week.
That's right. There's a
there we
bonus.
go. Optimism.
It pays off.
Right.
So, but I think that's it for this week.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Join us on What You Stitchin'. It's on Facebook. It'll be linked down in the show notes. So.
Okay.
All right.
So I think that's really it for this week.
We told you we weren't going to keep you very long, and yet we rambled.
We can do that. Yeah. We are chatty.
We really are.
So anyway, next week we should be on regular schedule.
Yeah.
And be back on Sunday. And who knows what we'll have done by then.
Who knows?
Keisha may have that whole piece finished.
That whole thing where I have multiple pages to finish.
So I think it's a pretty big one.
It's a big guy.
But anyway, that's it. Bye.
Have a good week.